Thanks, man. I love running a business. Now, don't get me wrong. Building and running a successful one is incredibly hard. A business that you're proud of, a business that you want to show up to every day, a business that your team wants to work for. Now, I wasn't always an entrepreneur. I wasn't always building businesses or starting Webinarninja. Actually, this is a little bit embarrassing, okay? Before I started that all, I had the world's oldest profession. Yeah, I was a teacher. I started my teaching career at the age of 22, and I moved up to management at the age of 25, and I was leading a team of 33 teachers. I was super pumped. But they were 33 frustrated, overworked, and really tired teachers that were twice my age. And I remember the first day that I was their fearless leader, I was really, really nerve-wracked, right? I was really just so nervous about the whole thing. I actually overheard one teacher say, how is this guy gonna inspire me when I've been teaching more years than he's been alive, right? But I had a secret weapon. I had something they simply could not stop. PCC. I sprayed PCC all over my team. Now, if you're wondering, PCC is the explosive combination of these three ingredients: praise, cheer, and charm. Oh, I praise them. Carl, that was an amazing class I just observed. You're a real natural. And boy, did I cheer them. I ended every single email like a coach would end, a huddle in a championship game. I would end all my emails saying things like, "Go team grade 10," and "We got this," or simply, "You rock." And boy, did I charm them. Deborah, that was an amazing class. What's up with all that magic in the classroom? This is not Hogwarts, But you really had those kids under your spell. You did a great job. I was on fire for about 2 weeks. See, the thing about PCC, it wears off after about 2 weeks. Let's say my team had enough sunshine blown up their asses, all right? And I was really frustrated because I didn't know what to do, and I realized I was trying to motivate my team with incentives. Whether I was praising them, cheering them, or charming them, I was using the compensation I had at my disposal. If I can go back to 25-year-old Omar, I would go back and tell him, "Listen, dummy, you don't motivate your team with incentives. You motivate them with systems." There are 3 systems I want to share with you that can sustainably motivate your team, regardless if you're online, whether you're in Bali, whether you're taking some time off. Because you can't rah-rah your team constantly. It has to be sustainable. I call these 3 systems MS3. I really like that. I think I want to trademark that. Boom. Done. Now, I want to share with you what these 3 systems are today, and I also want to share with you an action plan on how to implement every single system, but on one condition: that you commit to implementing these 3 systems in your business in the next 30 days. If we have a deal, clap. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. System number 1, motivated players. If you implement this system alone, it's going to drastically improve the motivation in your team, okay? And it's based on a very simple principle. If you want a motivated team, you need motivated players, all right? We often hear, you have to hire the best talent, you have to hire the best talent, you have to hire the best talent. But when you hire too heavily on skill, you often get somebody with a horrible attitude and a horrible fit. And the thing I learned is that you can always teach skill, but you can't teach attitude. You know what I'm talking about, right? How many of you have conducted an interview like this one? Let's get on Skype. Okay. Hey there, it's great to have you. I'm looking forward to getting to know you and see if you're a good fit for our team.
Thank you.
Okay, you have a really, really impressive CV. Why do you want to work for us in particular?
Well, Just looking for some remote work. Yeah.
Okay, so can you tell me a little bit about why you need to communicate with your team?
I usually just let my work do the talking. Hello? Hello, did we get disconnected?
Yes, we did. Now, how do you feel after an interview like that one? Do you feel pumped? Do you feel motivated? Do you feel inspired? No. So why do we hire people like this? Okay? If they're not motivated on the interview, they're not going to be motivated on Slack and your daily stand-ups. The point here is that you got to bring in motivated players already, okay? Again, I want to reiterate this. If you want a motivated team, the best thing you can do is hire motivated players. Here are some motivated players. What do these three guys, Reed Hastings, Peter Thiel, Larry Page have in common, other than being ridiculously successful, okay? Other than that, they all went to Stanford, okay? Now, did Stanford all of a sudden make them so motivated? No, they recruited them because they were motivated so they can take credit for all their success later, right? So, here's your task to implement first system, okay? I want you to make a hire purely on attitude, okay? I want you to make any hire in the next 30 days. It could be a junior developer. It could be a customer service rep. It could be an intern. It doesn't matter. What we're trying to do here is that we're trying to hire more winners on our team, okay? And I want you to find the person with the minimal skills required with the best attitude, okay? When you get off the call, you're like, wow, I feel great, right? This person is going to contribute to our team in more ways than just what it says in their job description, okay? So again, if you want a motivated team, you need motivated players. System number 2, monthly failures. When I was 17, I had a very, very fun job. I got to work for Toys R Us corporate and do technical support, okay? Every day I would answer phone calls, and every phone call was pretty much one of these three things. I either had to reset their security program, their security doors, or I had to reboot their cash register, or I had to do a price check on a Tickle Me Elmo, right? That was my job. Every call was the same. Day in, day out, same old. What do you think I did after about 6 months on the job? Between calls, I was looking for a new job. I was bored out of my mind. And unfortunately, we do this to our team all the time. We give them tasks that they're only fully qualified to do. So what I'm trying to encourage my own team and encourage you to do with your team is to allow time to fail, all right? So the way I like to implement this in terms of a task is have some sort of scheduled time in your schedule. So go to Google Calendars, whatever you use, and schedule a day. You want to call it challenge day, whatever you want. Schedule a day where they can fail. You can ask a customer service rep to do a sales webinar. You can ask your developers to write a blog post about the latest push they just pushed as an update. You got to push them beyond their boundaries so they feel like, hey, maybe I can do more than just what I was hired for, right? And if I had that feeling, maybe I would have been, part of the whole fiasco of Toys R Us going, out of business. No, but seriously, you really need to allow them to fail and feel like, hey, it's okay if I make a mistake as long as I learn from it. And again, you don't have to give them a task that the whole business is going to be hinged on this task, right? Give them something that allows them to learn. System number 3, give them reasons why. Now, we all have to have reasons in our business. And for me, as the leader of Webinarninja, as a CEO of Webinarninja, that's my job. I have to give them reasons beyond, you're creating a software. And a lot of our teammates, we hire them all the time, and maybe they don't hear the origin story. They don't understand why you started this thing in the first place. So what we like to do is that we like to have our team members from all different departments attend our actual users' webinars to see what kind of impact they're making on their actual customers. We mentioned in the beginning that business is really hard. And for most of us, it's hard because we don't get enough sales, we don't get enough revenue, right? And from a lot of our users, they get most of their revenue through webinars, right? So it's very important for our team members, no matter what they do, to see the stakes, to understand that, yes, we're creating a software, but really we're creating a means for them to build the business that they want. So we have them attend their own webinars, our users' webinars. I'll also jump in there and chat with the host, before or after the webinar, and they'll be kind of shocked, like, oh my God, Omar's on this webinar. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I'm Mark Zuckerberg or something, posting on Facebook or something, right? But the whole point of this is that you have to give them the understanding that it's not just about the to-do lists of today. You have to for me, it's more about understanding the impact you're making. Now, how can you implement this? Well, there are many ways. I like to have an open letter to my team. Every once in a while, I'll write a blog post, and it's really written to my team, but it's open to the world. And again, you can reiterate your origin story, why you're starting this and why you continue to do this. Why don't you just sell the company already? Why do you still do this day in and day out? We like case studies. We shared a recent case study with our team about Lynn, who is now making $30,000 every month using webinars, but also the fact that, hey, she procrastinated for 18 months, and she realizes, man, I just lost $500,000, 18 months times 30,000. But it all doesn't have to be rosy. It doesn't have to be like all these great testimonials and wonderful things. We also like to share, a case study when we failed a customer and the impact we make when that happens. It's important for your team to understand the stakes, the impact they make, the good and the bad. So these 3 systems, MS3, move you from, I gotta pump up my team every day, I gotta make them feel good, I gotta rah-rah them, to I hire motivated players, I understand that I have to challenge them and allow them to fail, and then lastly, I give them reasons beyond their job description. Now, some of you might be wondering, what did 25-year-old Omar do back in the day with all those frustrated teachers? Did I just get eaten alive? Yes, I was frustrated. I had no idea what to do. And I did what we all do when we get into trouble. I called my mother. Now, a quick word about my mother. My mother's a really tough cookie. She immigrated from Egypt to the US with nothing but determination and the ability to make $10 stretch for a week. And she also managed people twice her age. She was a supervising dietitian at a nursing home. So I got on the phone with my mother, and I said, Mama, I don't know what to do. I'm so frustrated. I try to make them happy. It's just not working. And then she said, Habibi, it's okay. You're just not good at your job. I'm like, what? Listen, sweetie, listen. It's not your job to make them happy all the time. It's not your job to make the job easy. Your job is to make the job challenging so they don't feel boring. Your job is to make them have the environment so they can choose to be happy. Your job is to make their job a great job. You okay, Habibi? Yeah, I'm okay. Thanks, Mom. You understand now? Are you good? Yes, I think I'm good. I think I got it. Thanks, Mom. Then why don't you call me every week like we promised? You gotta love moms. But she's absolutely correct. It's your job to make their job a great job. Thank you very much.